It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. Ladies and gentlemen, let me just first by saying this. Today is 4/20/25. You know what day that is? Oh, I know what you're thinking. Time to smoke them, light them up. Yeah, that's part of the day. But also, today is the day of Easter, bro. It's the day that Jesus came back to life, bro. It's absolutely amazing and awesome. So happy Easter to you guys that celebrate Easter, and happy 420 to those that celebrate 420. And now to get into what I'm going to talk about this week. This past week, I was thinking about certain things, watching the tube, looking at my feeds, and I noticed something, but I've been noticing all year. I'm going to expand upon that, but first, a couple things. I want to give a big shout out to Sweden. Got some plays over in Sweden this past week. Gracias, gratitude, Toraba, and Sweden. I heard that you guys are trying to be smoke-free by 2025. This is 2025. So apparently, you guys will be smoke-free this year. And I think I read that smoke-free is like no cigarette smoking, which is an amazing feat because here in the States, we'll smoke quite a bit. If you achieve that, congratulations, good work. And additionally, this episode is brought to you by the song called Code Talkers by the one and only Sun Tzu Cosmic and X Odalip, rapping only the way they can in sci-fi style, crazy style, unique styles over crazy sci-fi, electronic type beats. I guarantee you, they've heard nothing like this in your life. So if you hear something new and interesting, check out the song called Code Talkers. I'll put the link below. Now, let's get on the podcast. So ladies and gentlemen, what I did notice, what I've been noticing all year, is my feed of information coming from various social media sites and things I watch on tube and screens has shifted slightly this year. Very noticeable. I know we're only 4 months in, but I have noticed a shift. Now, I haven't really been watching that much different stuff, but it has shifted since the year begun. There's a lot of things going on globally that probably has added to that, and maybe the people I'm connected to, I'm not really sure, but it has seemed to shift. This has reminded me that maybe I should explore something we explore quite a bit in this podcast. Periodically, over the years, I would talk about the topic of what are you feeding your mind? And when I say what are you feeding your mind, I mean what are you inputting into your brain with your eyes and ears? And that is talking about screens, it's talking about computers, television, audiobooks, podcasts, real books, newspapers if you read newspaper, radio, music streaming sites, anything you put into your mind, people you talk to as well. But for this podcast, we're talking about just screens. So what are you feeding your brain? Because I personally feel that whatever you feed your mind is going to shape your mind, which will shape your actions, right? So I think we should be very aware of what we feed our mind, like straight up. I've been very aware of this in the last decade, so I've cultivated my streams of feeds to feed my mind things that I think will empower me and grow me as a human being. Now I notice this year, things have shifted a bit, and to see a little more negativity out in those feeds and streams, and there's nothing wrong with that. I'm a free speech guy. I think everybody should say what they should say and do what they want, right? But you do not have to pay attention to look at this, right? If you're offended by a certain thing, don't pay attention to it. Don't give it no attention, like straight up. Why look at it, right? And so really, you have to use discernment to what is good for you, what is not, and focus on that, right? I mean, that negativity is always going to be there. It always has been there. It's amped up slightly. Just don't pay attention to it. I mean, have awareness, be aware, get a little attention, but not too much. In my opinion, the majority of your attention on these screens should be given to things that are going to empower you as a human being in the physical health, in the mental health, mental intelligence, mental wealth, and also the financial situation, right? Because I feel these particular elements are going to help you navigate Earth a lot better. So if you have these elements and you hone them and sharpen them daily, you should be able to navigate the life better. Now, I'm not going to say there'll be no issues or problems because they're always going to come up. But I feel if you're healthy, if you're mentally sound, and smart and intelligent, and you're financially better, you will navigate life better. This is my opinion. It could be totally wrong. I could not know what I'm talking about, but I have walked a path for the last 15 years and have taken steps and actions to better those 3 particular metrics. And by doing so, as I encounter issues, it does seem to get a little bit easier. Now, I'm not saying I don't feel stressed or emotional because it does happen, but it does seem to help navigate those things a little bit easier than in the past. I could be totally wrong. Now, one additional thing. I'm not saying go out and do this. Do whatever you want. But I'm saying this is my opinion. It could be totally wrong. One additional thing I'm going to say as well. Sometimes depriving yourself of screen time, just shutting off and taking a break is good for you. Take a fast. Now, I take a food fast sometimes. I take a sleep fast sometimes. I'm currently taking a caffeine fast, which might turn into permanent, but I fasted those this week. So I had no caffeine, no sleep, and no food for a considerable amount of time. And it was slightly tough, but I walked through it, right? So maybe, just maybe, a screen fast is necessary as well. Maybe you just want to take a fast from the screens, take a break, take some time off, take some hours off, take some days off from the screens. It might help improve your lifestyle. But I do feel that what we put into our minds from these screens does affect our thoughts. And our thoughts is what's going to dictate how we act. There's a lot of human beings that are professionals with certifications and degrees. They'll tell you the exact same thing. I didn't make this up. I've learned this from smarter men, wiser men that have been on planet Earth longer than me. And I've taken that knowledge, I've acted upon it, and it's working well for me. It may or may not work for you. I don't know. But you might want to explore that. I've talked about it over and over and over again on this podcast because I think it's a very important topic to explore regularly. Because some people are just not doing this. And some people that are doing it forget. I kind of forgot myself. So I just feel every now and then, just pay attention and we kind of retool, purge, reorganize, refollow, whatever you gotta do to adjust your feeds and streams. So just to make sure you get empowered as much as possible. And one last thing to say. Be the Captain Che Cortez wants my audience or anyone that hears this to be empowered financially, mentally, and physically. I want you to be as strong as possible, smart as possible, and rich as possible. I want you to have everything you want. I want you to have a good life, blessed life, good family, good job, whatever you want, whatever you want. I want you to have those things. And by doing this podcast, if I can somehow help you get closer to that, my job is done. I feel if everybody's stronger financially, physically, mentally, it would just make a more peaceful earth. Everybody get along better. That's my opinion. It could be totally wrong. So I hope you have a happy Easter, happy 420. Hope your life continually improves, gets better. Now, there will be pitfalls, there will be problems that will come up. Hope you navigate them well. And overall, trending up towards a more positive, empowered lifestyle, healthier lifestyle, feel good, be good, because life is short. And I want you to enjoy the ride, baby. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for listening. I appreciate it. And this concludes the podcast. And until next time, we'll see. I don't think about risk much. I just do what I want to do. If you gotta go, you gotta go. Lillian Gordy Carter. Till next time, it's Captain Beast.
The Captain Talks.